for the first 2 years of getting into forex trading, I did a lot of things in order to figure out what my problem was, because all the strategies that I was hopping from one place to another were all being profitable for most of the guys teaching them. So they were making profits out of these strategies that were putting out there. So I came to a conclusion that the strategy wasn't the problem, probably maybe myself. I did a lot of back testing, a lot of forward testing, and all that, and still I couldn't figure out what the problem was. I was still making lots of mistakes. But at the end of the day, it boiled down to one thing, which is patience. Believe you me, if you are doing the wrong thing trading, you are trading the wrong way, but you have patience, you're most likely going to come out profitable. If you are trading the right way and you have patience, you definitely will come out profitable. So in the past year and a half, I did figure out that patience was my problem. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to be diving into why patience isn't just a virtue in trading, but it's one of the most vital secret weapon that every beginner or pro-level trader need to have in order to continue to succeed at first in the market. So I'm going to be telling you the ways that I came up with in order to develop patience in my own trading. And if you do stick around for the end of the video, I hope that these ways that I do list will be of impact to your own trading and also might help improve your own level of patience. So my name is Oche, and if this is your first time on my channel, do feel free to click the subscribe button and let's get straight to the channel. Before I show you the exact step-by-step approach that I developed in order to become more patient and to utilize this particular weapon in my trading, I'm going to give you certain questions that after answered, or if answered properly, you'll be able to develop your own kind of steps, your action steps, that will be better suited to your own kind of trading. So just stick with me to the end of the video. So first of all, the first question there is, what exactly is your goal getting into trading? So I spoke about this with a friend of mine recently, and he said his goal is to make a lot of money. So, and I said my first goal is freedom. So I want to make money, but I want to spend a little time as possible making money. That is what attracted me or brought me into trading. So getting this answer out of the way will immediately adjust or factor in your character of the kind of trader you want to be. So do you want to spend more time in the market or less time in the market? All this kind of this question is fundamental to actually figuring out what kind of trader you are, whether you want to be a scalper, a position trader, a swing trader, a day trader, and so on. So for most people, they think since they want to make a lot of money, spending more time on the chart or diving into multiple markets or utilizing every trade opportunities that they see will help them achieve that goal. So it works for some people and it might not work for some. So that is the first question you have to answer. What is your priority? Is it freedom or money? I know they go in tandem, but you have to put one above the other. Is it freedom or money? So number two, how do I implement the 20-80 rule to get the desired goal? So in case you do not know about the 20-80 rule, it is a rule that basically says 20%, 80% of your results come from almost 20% of your effort. And for companies, they say 80% of their sales come from about 20% of their customers and so on. So in trading, the idea is to utilize 20% of your effort in order to identify the 20% of your effort that is very vital in order to get the goal you want. So what are the things that you do that are very, very important in order for you to achieve profitability in trading? If you identify these things, you realize that most of the things you do spending time in the chart are actually not necessary. So identifying your 20% in order to get your 80%. This is one of the things that I implemented and I used to come up with an action plan or steps that I implemented in my own trading. And number three is implementing these steps. So after getting these two questions straightened out, answered correctly without bias, you begin to come up with certain steps. Number one is, if your desire is to free. You might want to spend less time in the market, which means maybe you want to be a swing trader or a swing trader or a position trader or even a day trader, because day trading is not everyday trading. So a day trader could also be added to this list. If your priority is money, most people whose priority are money tend to be scalpers. Yeah, they want to get in and out quickly, get what they want, and get back in the market again and again and again and again. So for me, this was the answer to my question. And after identifying these three, I realized that the one that will make me money a little bit quicker, but will also help me to spend less time in the market, was swing trading. So I'm going to pick out these two. Just leave it as swing trading. Yeah. So number two is how to implement the 80-20 or 20-80 rule. So for me, the 20% of things I identified and I decided would be, or I decided it's beneficial to my trading, in order to focus and get 80% of my result, was number one, I had to get rid of most of the lower time frame. So the least I could go, or I can go, is the 1 hour time frame. So the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily time frame. So since I want to spend less time in the market, I have to get away from the smaller time frame, because if I'm there, I have to spend more time and continue figuring out what the market is doing. So number one, I decided to shift from a lower time frame perspective to a higher time frame perspective. So I went to higher time frame, the lower time frame. But with the lower time frame, I'll have to spend more time on the chart, watching my trades. With the higher time frame, once a position is set in, I can go about my day and do whatever I want to. So the higher time frame gives me freedom. Number two was getting rid of most of the pairs that I trade. Yeah, so now I trade mostly the euro dollar. Then I use the same analysis on the euro dollar. I can take a trade on the pound dollar, and I also once in a while look at gold, but mostly the euro dollar. So number three, I reduced the number of pairs. Some people are against this, but as I said, my first goal is freedom. I want to spend less time on the market, but I also want to improve my profitability. So getting out of the lower time frame gives me less time on the chart. Reducing my number of pairs gives me also less time on the chart. Yeah, so I reduce the number of pairs to just euro dollar, once in a while the pound dollar, and then go. We left the lower time frames. And number four is I became very selective on the days in which I take my trades. So I utilize the news calendar. That is it. So this is one of the best things that I came up with, or should I say that I figured out over time. The best days, utilizing the news calendar, I could identify from a Sunday or a Saturday the best days in which I expect to execute my trade. So as a swing trader, I want just one direction for a particular week. If I am bullish, I do not want to be selling during the week. And if I am bearish, I don't want to buy in during the week. So I identify the best possible price level I can get. And then I identify the best day in which getting to this level will be beneficial for me. And all I have to do is just wait. So answering these three questions gave me these answers. And what these answers have done is that it has gotten rid of multiple pairs, it has taken me out of the lower time frame. It has reduced my number of trades that I execute within a month or a week. It helps me reduce directional bias, so I don't have to be thinking a lot. I come to the market and I do my analysis. Within a short period of time, I know if I want to be bullish or I want to be bearish. And doing this analysis on the forward, on the daily time frame, and also maybe using the weekly chart once in a while reduces the number of conflicts that I get. So I'm not thinking, are you sure it's going to be bearish? Are you sure it's going to be bullish? I don't come to that kind of a conclusion. If I do get that kind of conclusion, all I have to do is just to sit out of the market. So after identifying these four things, what I did finally over time was to increase the level of risk in which I take. So if I spend less time in the market and I take less number of trades and I do this on a single pair, I could also increase my risk on that single pair. Yeah. And since most of the trades I take are swings on a weekly basis, all I have to do is maybe take a loss a week. So any week, currently I use around 2% risk per trade, and when I get an opportunity, I could add into it. So any week I am bullish once I identify a level in which I want to buy, and I take that buy. Once I am wrong for that week, and all I have to do is wait for the next week. And once I am correct, all I have to do is to hold that trade for maybe 2 days or more in order to hit my profit target. So answering these three basic questions and answering them honestly will help you come up with a definite plan in which you use. So I do have my plan. I have it set in my Notion. Let me see if I can bring that up. Okay, I can't bring that up currently. But what I will show you is that if you do look at the weekly calendar for this week, just showing it for this week. Yeah. As you can see, on Monday we have US Bank Holiday. On Tuesday we have Pound Governor of Governor Bailey speaking for the pound. We have President Trump also speaking, and we have the Claremont change or Claremont Mount change or whatever it is. So on Monday I do not want to take a trade. On Tuesday, with a lot of speakings, I want to see, okay, is it a possible day for my level to be met or not? Now on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you can see we have a lot of good news in which the volatility might also be in the market. And since it is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, if I want to be bullish, I just have to get into a good position, maybe during the London or New York session on Wednesday, and hold it till maybe the New York session on Thursday to anticipate a high of a week. So basically, this is what the news calendar helps me with. So for this week currently, I am bullish on the euro dollar, and today is Wednesday, and the market has been selling since on Monday. I think the market did open around here, right here. So the market has been very since on Monday. Since I just want to be a buyer this week, Wednesday is the best day for me to be a buyer, and this is currently the New York session. So if I am wrong on being bullish this week, price will just melt down, and all I have to do is to wait for next week in order to take another position. Yeah, so looking at this right now, these are the number of positions that I've taken this month on the euro dollar, and for every of these positions, I use at least 2%. So if I did use 2% here, here, and here, that is a total of 14%, because 12%, and 2% here in which I was wrong. So that is a total of 10%, taking 4 trades for the month. So lots of people wouldn't want this kind of style. They have to wait a lot, and they wouldn't want it. So they might opt for the day trading kind of trades in which they expose themselves more in the market. Now, I put this on here to see if I was taking positions on the 1 hour time frame. If I was taking positions on the 1 hour time frame, I would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 positions already for the month. And in these 7 positions, I would have been wrong 1, 2, 3, okay, and made 1, 2, 3, 4. But now it's not just about being wrong. 1, 2, 3, making 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing that comes with this is I would have been more anxious. I would have wasted a lot of my mental capital, and I wouldn't have been trading from a state, or should I say, a free state of mind, which might have also affected my bottom line. Yeah. So I put this here in order to just show an example. If I was taking this trade, I most likely would have taken more trades than this. But opting today for our session and just doing nothing but sticking to it and waiting gave me no choice to the number of trades I'm supposed to take. Yeah, so this alone have improved, has made me improve a lot in my trading, and I do hope you can implement this kind of decisions to your trading, and also hopefully you get better results. So thank you for watching to this part of the video. I wish you good luck and good trading, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Cheers.